Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much, everyone who's joining us. There's already a lot of people here because Scott is in the house. I know that. So just a quick announcement, I guess. For those of you who were in my chat, and we all have the notifications. So cool. So those of you who were in my chat when I did my anniversary, live stream, I did a giveaway. I was kind of secretive about it, but I'm gonna announce the winner at the end of this stream. So if you entered, then please stay with us. Even if you didn't, please stay with us because Scott is here, and we're gonna talk about community and what it means to us, and just not just rainbowy, butterfly topics, but we try to be talk about other aspects of the word or the question, but let's get a round of applause for Scott, who's feeling better, people. So all the positive energy you guys send to Scott is obviously working. So I'm gonna shut up and let you say hi.
Hi, everybody. I can see a few people who are coming in. If you want to, so you could probably see better than I can who all's there to say hi to.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly say hi, and then you can talk about the 80s tarot and stuff.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
Hi, Nancy. Nancy was the first in. I think it's gonna be easier. We have Patrice. Thank you so much for coming.
Hi, Patrice.
And we have. I don't have my notes. I'm not prepared.
Asha, that's Asha.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Asha.
I have notes. I just didn't open them. So
yeah, that's Asha.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Okay. I will make a note later. When I watch this back. We have Jackie. Thank you so much, Jackie, for coming.
Hi.
I hope I have moderators in the chat because I have no idea.
Yes, Gerald is here. And
cool,
and Regina is here, so they have.
Okay, we have.
I have it on my computer back here, so
cool.
they have wrenches.
Cool. The blue force is here. So hi, Tony or Antoinette, which one do you prefer? Chat jumped already. Because there's a lot of people here, more than usually. We have MA. We have Tanji. We have Tanji who's gonna be in Gerald's very, very exciting live tonight after me. So that's gonna be fun.
Yes, definitely gonna go to that. Boop.
Yeah, we have Regina. Hello, Regina. How are you today?
Hey,
we also have Donna. I don't think you were here, but thank you so much for coming. And we have someone with a mustache. I don't know.
I don't know either. Who could that be?
I really don't know.
I don't know. These people... We'll say hi to him anyway.
Yeah. Are we funny? Not, but hey. We have Kristen Louise. Hi, how are you? Okay, next, not original Jackie. Jackie, yeah, okay. We can, check. Did we say hi to everyone?
Debbie is here. Hey, Debbie.
If you have a question to Scott or, or about just anything, please put it in caps because I don't think I will be able to really pay attention to the chat as much as I do it when I'm alone because it moves much faster. But really, thank you so much, everyone who came, because it's just so much more fun. Okay, there's a Pamela. Who's Pamela?
Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
Yes, hi, Pamela. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I didn't want to miss you. Good thing that other people say hi to each other so I can see that. And Diane is here, so...
Hey, Diane.
Okay, I think we have everybody. If not, please don't take it personally. It's just that we're nervous, we're missing things, so... That's right. Okay, so I'm gonna again shut up and let's Scott promote his channel.
Well, thank you, Orshi, or Orshi. I get them mixed up, so I know it's Orshi, right?
Yeah, it's Orshi.
Yes, I know that. Just because the spelling's different, I'm still learning.
I'm not mad.
But I appreciate you having me, and me and you just kind of. We clicked like I have with so many in the community. So I'm just honored to be here. Honored that you have me on your channel. So, so tomorrow on Scorpio Moon Tarot. And I am going to be doing something really awesome because I've been waiting for these decks for months. And I know a couple of people have said, oh, I wish they would make an 80s deck, an 80s tarot, an 80s oracle. And well, it turns out, or she already has one that is made by a different artist, I guess. But I found these. Oops, camera.
Oh, wait.
Here's the tarot, and there's an oracle to match.
Look at that.
So excited about that. Yeah, like super excited. Boop, boop, boop. And so I'm going to do that tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Let me know if there's any, conflicts with schedules or whatever. I can always reschedule it. But I just want to say I'm doing a live walkthrough. And these cards are just amazing. Like the way they put them together with the tarot and the, bands from the 80s and then, movies and TV shows. It's just, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So cool. Okay, sorry, I'm just making a note because I forget Asha's name. Yeah, we are professionals here, people. So
yes.
I wanted to say something, but yes, I linked Scott's channel down below in the description. So
thank you.
If anybody can throw it in the chat, I would be very grateful because I forgot to do that. So. Okay, so we will have questions or topics, but we just want to have a free-flowing conversation, and we are really interested in your opinion, your take. So please, chat and tell us what you think, because it couldn't be a really good, conversation about community with just the two of us and not with you guys. So
definitely. Yep.
So let's start with the first one. Let's start. What does community mean to you and to you guys in the chat?
Me to start here?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I've been a part of several communities. I would say my college was kind of one, and then when I came out, and then I started to mingle with the queer community in Florida. That was a different community, and then now 10, 15 years later, I find you guys. So in the tarot community, but this means me and a group of people who support each other, who are able to have things in common, which never knew there were so many people that would love tarot the way I did. So in just a special place to be where you feel it's also a safe place, right? Where you feel like you can express your feelings and that everyone's for the most part is loving and supportive. So that would be my definition. What would be yours?
I was thinking about it, not too much because I didn't want all the thoughts escaping me, but we have the link to your chat, to your channel in the chat.
Thank you.
So if you haven't subscribed, why haven't you subscribed? I mean, seriously. But so for me, I think the first community that I actually really experienced was university, where I met a group of people that had the same value. We have the same values, and I think community for me doesn't just mean support and having common interests and values, but being able to be yourself in a way that you can communicate your problems or your doubts as well. It's not just everything is fine, and then you go home and because we know all these situations as well. So, and what I experienced here just made it even more clear that people, who are part of our tarot community are very open-minded and welcoming. And I think being, I don't even know, community or being part of a community means that or maybe it's just our community, but for me, when I'm a part of a community, that community is always open and accepting. So I don't know if I guess those two doesn't necessarily mean or go hand in hand, because there are communities who are very closed and you can only be part of it if you're born in it or whatever. But I don't even know if I would consider those communities, if this makes any sense.
No, it does to me. Yeah.
Oh, good. So Gerald said, community to me is being around people who celebrate each other. Yes, definitely.
Yep.
Yes, I forgot to say that, but that's, yeah. Work to understand each other's perspective and
Hmm.
experience joy together. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's created a special corner of YouTube. I started my channel 11 months ago. Oh, almost your channel anniversary. Oh, that's cool. I mean, when I started my channel, I was like,
Tony.
if I'm gonna enjoy it, for a month or something, then I'm gonna do it. And then here I am, more than a year later, and I'm still doing it. So
Right.
that's so cool. And it's because of the people. If I didn't stumble across TarotTube and other people who are, who come to your lives, who leave comments and stuff like that, then I don't think I would post, because even though I do my walkthroughs and most videos I do for myself, it's always nice to hear, that someone is actually there and watching. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't care about views, because yeah, I don't care about the number of views, but it's nice
Yeah.
if I know that someone that I know actually is watching.
Yeah, it is good to know that you're reaching out to people and stuff is resonating to you, and you're you want to be seen. I mean, everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be loved.
Yeah,
It's just a part of that, and yeah. But the people who come to my lives, I try to come to theirs or try to look at their videos. I realized it's funny you put the question up from Tony, and I realized I'm like Tony has a channel, and I don't think I've ever checked it out. And I watched it like a week or two ago, and I'm like, oh, she is just absolutely lovely. So I'm
yes.
digging into her little series that she's doing. She say little bit her new series that she's doing, and
Yeah, I
it's
haven't
just
had
there's so
time to watch
many.
it yet, but
Yeah, there's so many people out there who have
I
their
saved the first
channels.
one already. So yeah, it's on my watch list, but my watch list is this big, so
Oh
I'm
yeah, mine
slowly
is too.
getting there. But yeah, so then she said, community to me clears throat and stands in front of class with back to teacher. Community to me means bouncing ideas off each other and running with the happy weird. Yes, because we're all happy
Yeah,
and weird here. I mean,
yeah,
the box rage that just came out of, a live stream.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. I mean, honestly, it's just the top box rage. If you
Oh, the
guys
talk about
haven't
grades again.
seen, have you seen the intro or trailer for the documentary that Gerald is doing?
I don't think I've seen it yet. I've been
Oh,
in a couple of lives where it was mentioned, and
I
the
mean,
one
a
live, yeah.
certain international fan is in that video. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I did see the one where you were in there. Yes, yes, that was
Oh,
great.
I mean, I just had so much fun, honestly. And it has nothing to do with tarot. I mean, besides the stupid tag box, but it's just so much fun. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, are we weird or are we just, unicorns in the best way?
Yeah, yeah. I like how Nancy said to me, "Community. The community is where I can truly be myself and be accepted for who and what I am." And I think that's a huge thing too. Like, if I could go back, I would start with that.
Yeah.
It was a place that I knew there would be very little or no judgment. And being, kind of different and judged all your life, that's a safe haven. That's a great place
Mhm.
to be. So that's that part. I'm just so blessed, that I found so many of you all, that don't judge and don't, you accept me as with my weirdness, and everything else, and it's not so weird to you all because everybody's different, right? So
Yeah, and obviously my life wasn't as hard as yours in that aspect, because I wasn't, gay, or I mean, I was bi. It just, it's not written on your forehead, especially if you don't date anyone. So
right.
you can just go, it's not something that I was ever ridiculed. I mean, I was a few times in my life when I felt sexism. That was definitely, like, oh yeah, you're a woman, and but
Yeah.
it wasn't as bad as some people. So, oh, look at that! Oh, thank you. I'm not, but
You're talking about courage again. Yeah.
No, let's all say to Kristen Lewis that she's not weird. Not too weird for us, at least.
Oh God, no, no, not at all. Like
I mean, have you met
I'm
me?
way, yeah, I'm way over, yeah, I'm way over anything you're close to, Kristen. I promise.
Exactly.
So, yes.
Okay, so you can watch the documentary there. It was the Top Boxer documentary. Okay, so I think that's all for the first one. Let's talk about fun stuff. Where did you find and how did you find it? Because I think most of us have a different experience.
Right.
Go.
Go. Okay. So, yeah, basically, it was right. I think the day after Christmas, I got my first tarot deck, and then they started multiplying as they do. You know, when you start out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about either, but yeah, it happens. But around, let's say it was a Memorial Day. I was being, and I think we might get to this in one of the other questions. So I'll make it vague. But I was kind of looking at different tarot channels, and noticing there was some chats going on, but didn't think anybody knew anybody at all. And then I heard Simon say this thing about Tarothon. I'm like, what's Tarothon? And he stopped what he was doing and explained to me. And I thought that was so kind. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that. I actually have the weekend off. And that's when I met everyone. So, and it was it's been a whole different whirlwind, a great whirlwind, because I'm not alone. And I know that there are people out there that enjoy the same things I do. So, yeah, that's my story.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing your name and you were very excited and happy and be in the lives that I was. So that was really cool. So, after Taroton, I was like, oh, I know Scott. He was there. So
Right.
it was a good way to introduce yourself to the community, I think, because there's a lot of people there. I mean, I did Taroton, but I knew that I couldn't stay up because my body can't handle 24 hours. I would be fucked up for days after that. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to sleep and then I'm going to watch it next day because let's be real. But I was just thinking that when I started reading tarot, I didn't find this community because, I mean, at first, someone, or no, it's not someone, I was looking for walkthroughs, but I can't remember which one. And I watched a walkthrough by Simon, but I didn't subscribe and I didn't, stick around because I didn't connect with, not him necessarily, but just the tarot tube side of things, I think.
Right.
And so, and then I found a Discord server, and I was there for a while. There were people there. That was lovely, but it wasn't that deep of a connection, because there was already a tight-knit community there, and it's kind of hard to get into a new community because you have to make an effort. You have to go and talk to people and just be out and loud about yourself, which I don't necessarily like to do. I mean, I can talk more than I ever imagined.
Me too.
Which is like, what the I mean, whatever. But so I was there in that Discord server for a while, and then someone linked one of Simon's walkthrough, and I have no idea. I mean, I guess I could just walk to check my history on YouTube, and I could find the first video from him, but I watched a lot, so I have no idea. And then that time I subscribed and I started because I was like, he has a lot of decks that I'm interested in. So it's a good thing. It should be a good idea to subscribe to him. And then I started to watch his videos, and then I kind of fell out of that Discord server. I'm not even there anymore because it wasn't as personal or welcoming, maybe it just, we were not a fit, I guess. You have to go and find your place. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I still kind of remember how awkward I was when I went into the first live, because I was like, what am I supposed to do? And I was like, hi, and then no one was talking to me because I only said hi, and no one knew who I was. I didn't have a channel yet. So I was just like, this is horrible. No, I'm alone. I'm all alone here, and nobody likes me. Those stupid ideas you get into your head when you're not immediately greeted with, I don't even know what, because it's not fair to the other side, because obviously if you go to a live stream and there are people, you're going to talk to them first. But
Right.
I see it now much more clearly that there's a lot of people in chats who go out of their way, and I try to do the same,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm up to it, to say hi to new people so that they would be part of the conversation. But you have to try, when you first start watching live, and I just kind of want to mention this, that for those who don't think that okay, maybe we can switch to the next one. What a segue.
There you go.
So, for those who don't think that they can be part of these or this community because they don't have a channel, or they're not on Facebook, or they miss the live streams because scheduling thing or something. You can be, but you have to make an effort. Effort. Ugh, that's a hard word right now. When you come in, because you have to let other people get to know you. And once that happens, trust me, you're gonna have a channel, you're gonna be live streamed, you're gonna do
Right.
all that stuff. But I
Yep.
kind of wanted to, say that it's not gonna happen overnight. And I think you have to think about it like being a new kid in a school where everybody is already, attending the same class for a year now, and you're the new one who moved there. You have to make an effort, but you can. And I think this community here is really, really welcoming. So
Yeah.
that was long, I know.
I agree completely. So when I came in, it was like, to the community just a few months ago. It's hard to believe because it feels like it's
Yeah,
been years.
yeah, I know.
But when I came into the community, especially during Tarot-thon, and saw that all these people knew each other, and they had their own channels and everything, the first thing I did was just, hey, I'm Scott, how are you? And just I got so much welcoming to me, and like kind of new here, and so many people were welcoming. Then I'd see them in the next chat and the next chat, so I had the advantage of Tarot-thon. But what I did, and what I would say would be a great thing for anybody new that wants to become a part of the community, is I went and I found every single person that was on Tarot-thon and did that, and people in the lives too that did not even do a hour segment, and I subscribed. I just subscribed to all their channels, and then that way I was, oh, here's a live here, oh, here's a live here, and then you get to see the same people over and over again, and it wasn't anytime. It was a new family. So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to mention that because there were times for me as well when I was in live chats, and I just wasn't feeling that good. I had a bad day, and I wasn't
Right.
making comments, and then people were not talking to me because I wasn't talking to them. But you
Right.
start having those internal conversations that, why am I even here? Why am I trying? No one is remembering my name. And then of course, if you do that, people will remember you, because when I did my first live, which was, testing the waters live on Simon's channel, who is here, by the way. I saw you, Simon. So hello, Simon. If we talk about you, you appear. So,
Oh, Simon is here. Hey, Simon.
yeah, he was like, oh, we see, her name in the comments, and I was like, oh, should people see my names? Do I spam too much? Because that's yeah,
Yeah.
Pavel said that, isn't this is what it's all about, not to feel alone? And I think absolutely
Mhm.
so.
Yeah, I know. I was feeling that. I've been living by myself for 5-6 years, and in Florida I lived by myself for several years, and I was alone, but I was not lonely. Because I kept myself busy. I had my own friends. But the past couple of years, I've had my mom was here, and now she's not, but she's in a nursing home. So it was like, and then I started working from home, and it was like, oh, I love tarot so much, but there was just a little something missing, and it wasn't just to end up being a little something, because become very big something, and that's the community that stepped in. And don't tell anybody I do this, but at work, I'm dialing numbers constantly, and I'll get like answering machines, and like during my breaks, of course, and lunches, of
Oh,
course, I can go into the chat, and it's like, I'm dealing with, sometimes you deal with a lot of hard customers. It's just it's just the business of retail,
I
basically
wouldn't be able to do
dealing
I
with public, right? I'm actually in sales, but it's not
public.
as bad as it seems. So I won't get into that. But I do get, some very, like just people who are condescending and, oh, why are you calling me, that kind of thing. So you have to get that you have that energy going on. And then when I started doing the chat, I'd be like, and just I couldn't go live, but I could be a part of that chat, and I still do
Yeah.
that, even though I've been out sick for the last week. But that just gave me so much. It's like the energy would come up, and I would be able to do
That's
my job so much better just because I
Mhm.
had that in between that I could go and see my friends and talk to them, and and just feel like I was a part of something. So it definitely, I get that where she's saying about it's so that you don't feel alone, and
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, and I have the same. I mean, sometimes I catch Diane's live on Fridays when I'm still finishing work, though that's probably
Right.
why I miss most of them, because I'm like, I need to do the rest, at the end of the line, at the end of the week. It's just tiring. But it can be very, uplifting and helpful to just tune out a bit from the monotonity and whatever you're doing. I mean, I'm in a privileged position to work from home right now, so I can
Me too. Yeah.
have my work laptop here and my screen there and just watch a lot of YouTube, because I don't even think that I would be able to catch up with everything if I wouldn't be able to watch YouTube while I'm working. So, I understand completely, and I wanted to say it somewhere that, if you don't have time to watch my content all the time, you don't have to. I completely understand that. You have a
Yeah.
life, you have a bunch of other channels that you're subscribed to. I'll never be, mad at anybody who doesn't watch all my or any of my videos, because I'm not for everyone. And I think that's completely fine, and it should be okay.
Yep. I agree completely too. Not everybody's going to resonate with everybody, right?
Yeah, and you
So
can
yeah.
mention what we were talking about earlier here if you want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just going to
A
say
bit of
that
a negative side of things,
a
just,
little bit, but I think it's more. I think whatever you say is negative, if you can turn that into a positive,
I mean, you
and
can.
that's what
I saw your videos.
that's what I learned to do. So one of the mistakes that I make, like, so there are in any community, there's some unwritten rules, right? There's just certain unspoken rules, and so I didn't really know those coming in, and so I was just so excited to start my channel and to, then I started doing lives. Gerald was my first who did a live with me, and then I just started getting more and more comfortable. And then I saw all these Facebook groups, and I'm like, and he's like, okay, you can post in these, but not in these. I'm like, oh, cool. So I was like posting in every single one. And apparently, that was coming across as a little bit of attention whory. I mean, maybe that's not the right word. But I did not mean to come across that way at all. But I am actually glad that someone did bring that to my attention, because now I just kind of stay in my own group. I have my own, my own tarot page on Facebook, and that's where I will, I'll put my stuff, even though I know the other people don't mind. I don't want to come across that way, and as, oh, here he is again saying he's got another live. Oh, and just, and I know, like, we were talking and you said you never thought that. And I know a lot of people never think that, but there is a few who do, and they're not wrong. And I'm not wrong. I'm just saying, there's certain rules that you learn as you go along, right? And
Yeah, I mean,
so
yeah,
yeah,
but I kind of think
that's
that
fine.
they should be learning that it's mean to say that, because in this instance, I think what they said was just mean. Because, like I said to you earlier, it's so easy to scroll through something that you saw a few times, because I'm in a few Facebook groups, and some people are excited to get to get a new deck, or I do the same. I modified my Power Elements Tarot, I think that's the name. I'm sorry, blanking on it. And I posted it into the groups, because I was like, look, I did this. I'm so happy how it turned out. And I don't
Right.
think, people need to be really just about things like that, because yes, there are rules, but I think you were just excited and
Mm-hmm.
enthusiastic to be here, to start with this, and that's how I read all the communication and everything. So that's why for me, it was kind of like, but that's mean to say, because I can imagine how bad it made you feel,
Well, I
especially with
wouldn't,
what
you
you
know,
like.
I wouldn't even say that it was mean. I know that it might come across that way from other people, but I wouldn't say that looking back on it now after I've had a little while to,
Yeah.
to really look at it. It's really not that big a deal to me now. It's just that I think there was some misunderstandings too in the way I was taking it, in the message that was sent to me. So, it's water under the bridge, and I hope that me and that person can be friends,
Yeah,
again.
I mean,
So
yeah,
it's
not
because,
saying that
yeah,
let's fight. Just that some people, I guess, just some people don't realize that their words can hurt. And
right. And I
I'm the
do
same.
come in
I mean,
loud.
I try not to do that, but I know that I can say things that will hurt people,
Well,
because
yeah,
we're human beings, we misunderstand each other. So
and Simon was saying during the live I did with him, he came in with a splash, and I did, and that's just kind of me. I'm loud, I'm like a very extroverted, and yet I'm an empath too. So at the same time,
yeah, it's
I can,
interesting.
yeah, it is, because sometimes I'm just kind of out there. I'll, ask me anything, I don't care. But at the same time, it's like if somebody says something, I can take it the wrong way and get like, and they don't like me, and you're against me and all that. But that's not what
Yeah,
I know. That's
our
not what I know.
mind,
That's just my like monkey brain going.
exactly.
So you just have to tune that out sometimes, because everybody's different. So yeah.
Oh, I think there was a first one for this one. Ah, this one. This is the first one, right? So I always find it interesting to know what
Sorry.
tarot people's day jobs are. I used to think I couldn't be a real tarot person because I wasn't reading professionally or working in some other spiritual line of work. I used to think that too. Because,
Yeah.
when people start saying the word professional, you kind of have the idea that, oh, it means 20 plus years experience and courses and, certificates and your own shop and whatever. But I think, I mean, you can define professional as having paying customers or clients. I don't have those because I do free readings, but I
Hmm.
think it's just when you start reading for other people and you're confident in your readings, that can be defined as professional, because you know what you're doing, and you're not just
Right.
guessing, and you're not just excited, but you can say that, hey, this is me, this is my practice, I have a practice, but that's just my idea about what a professional reader is.
Right.
I don't know what's yours.
Yeah, I agree. It's the same, because of course, I have a different day job that has nothing to do with tarot, but to me, it's really not. I don't know. I don't think I was really put off by it that much. Like I said, you know, all people are going to be different. The way they handle
Yeah.
things, but I don't see the professional readers, or any different than me, or you, or anybody else, as far as they're just part of the community. They're just they're them. They all have their different identities
Oh,
and
okay.
what they contribute. So it's just, if I know I need a really good reading, I know who to go to. So
Yeah.
so, but yeah, I think we're all I like it that we're all kind of equal, right? So, right, we're all on our own paths. So some of you guys have been there for like 20 years, and been doing tarot, and I'm like 5 months. But there's still so much that we can bond over, and have in common. It's cool, and it's so cool to learn from those people too.
Yeah, exactly. Scott is the
How
king
does
of
it behave?
community therapy.
Yeah, me and Kristen have a little because we both have backgrounds in psychology. So yeah, that
Oh,
does come out in my tarot channel sometimes, because my intuition immediately goes to what I've learned the psychology. But I don't have a master's or anything like Kristen does,
yeah.
I think. But I don't I didn't pay attention half in school. So yeah, but yeah, I do like kind of blending psychology into the tarot, and just different things, because I think it all connects in a way. But yeah.
Yeah, Ben is here. Hi, Ben. So
Hey,
yeah,
Ben.
Gerald said every Facebook community groups have different guidelines about what you can and cannot post. I know. I
Right.
once posted about a live of mine, and I got my post got deleted because it was promoting another channel, and I told Simon, because it was in the Hermit's Cave, that I wasn't thinking about me as another channel. I just wanted people to come and talk to me. So that was like, oh my god, oh, I felt really embarrassed because I genuinely didn't take it as trying to promote my channel on Simon's group. I was just like, hey guys, if you're here, come talk to me. But
Right.
I
Right.
kind of find that funny. But yeah, they have rules, but yeah, they can be managed and meet expectations. I mean, it makes sense. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
that Facebook groups shouldn't have rules, because there's a lot of people on Facebook and they're interesting people. But there are no rules on YouTube. No one owns slots or gatekeep. Just yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
kind of feel like, and I told Scott this when he was reaching out, that if I have a live on somewhere, I was like, even if I do, just go live, because there are enough people for the both of us, and we can
Yeah.
always watch things. I mean, of course, I picked my Monday slot because I don't know anyone who's having a live, but I'm sure there's a live, right now. But we can't do that. We can't pick a time and date that's gonna be good for everyone anyway. So you do your best, and you will find your people, I think.
Yeah, and I think I already have in a way, but
Definitely.
the only times that if I see, because I do try to see if there's another live at the same time, but the
Yeah, of
reason
course.
is not because I'm not trying to, uh, I don't know. Maybe some of the reasons people think it's because I probably want to come to your live. So I've actually
Same.
stopped a live and said, I'll come back to this later because someone just came on and I want to be in that live. And let's do this later. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. So, it is a respect factor in a way, but it's more a little bit of a selfish thing because I want to go to their lives. I want to be a part of it as well. So
Jesus.
yeah, and no, you can't, schedule around people all the time, but you can be, you can see if someone has a live at that same time. I don't mind changing mine because
Yeah, of
usually
course.
I
I
have
mean,
the day
you
off.
need
I
them
have the
that way.
day off. So yeah,
Yeah, but sometimes
I don't know if
only
that makes sense.
Monday, 7 p.m. is gonna work for you, and then you're gonna clash with mine. But I don't mind, because, if
Right,
I'm gonna have people, or not. I'm gonna sit here for 10 minutes and I'm gonna go.
right. But you
But yeah,
always
but
have the replays, and yeah,
yeah, exactly.
that's what they're there for.
I mean, replays
Yeah,
are fun. I mean, obviously, it's more fun to be in them because you can interact with other people.
with the
Because
lives,
sometimes,
yeah,
especially with Gerald's streams, I often feel like that. Damn, I wish I would, I was there, but it was in the middle of the night, so I couldn't. But I watched them, and then it's still, fun. Sometimes you just laugh, even though you're not actively part of the joke, because it was funny. So, and
right.
Simon just asked. I don't know the details, Scott, but maybe they were explaining the Facebook group rules, about you're not posting. So maybe that was a cross
Oh
posting.
yeah, it could be. And like I said, Simon, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I know now that I could have very easily misunderstood. They could have misunderstood me. And sometimes that just happens, right? And then it's no big deal. And like I said, I hope we'll be friends again. I don't hold any ill will towards that person or anything.
Yeah,
So
and I didn't
it's yeah,
mention, I didn't want to mention it because I'm like, "Rrr," but I just kind of wanted to say that it's not, you know, you have to make an effort and you have to pay attention, but it just takes some adjustments, because
right.
I've seen critical comments.
Critical,
Let's go with
right?
that. Criticism. That was the word that I'm
Criticism, right?
so because people were like, it's they kind of, I don't even know what they were complaining about, but they kind of suggested that this community wasn't welcoming, and I was very surprised by that. So
Right.
I just wanted to say that, yeah, you have to make an effort. Why is this word so hard?
And another thing, if you don't mind me saying, um, that came to mind, when you're chatting with people, you've got to understand that there can be misunderstandings in chat. So it's so much different than me explaining myself here and you seeing me, in the
Yeah,
chat than it is for me to type something and they're like, what the hell did that mean? And they might think it meant something totally different than what it does. I have that problem with work all the time. I work at home, so we have a work chat, and you'll just see
yeah.
people like saying, what did you mean by that? And stuff like that, and they didn't mean anything, but sometimes it comes across to different people different ways because you're typing it. You're not like, you don't have that, you can't hear their voice, you can't see them. So that is a part of the community as well, is just understanding that you might not understand exactly what they're saying to you.
And even
Just
if you
get
talk
clarification,
directly,
I would say. Go
yeah,
ahead.
and even if you talk to them, in person, there could be a communication. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I'm writing a book actually. It's in
Oh,
the revised draft stage, and it's. I mean, the whole premise is not just about that, but I wrote it especially and intentionally in the first person because I wanted to show how you can misunderstand a lot of things, and you can go down a road because you assume that person meant this and this by what they said. I kind of like that because I guess it was a problem for me, people misunderstanding me for pretty much whole my life, and
right.
I'm kind of getting really upset and a bit sad when people say that intention doesn't matter because you said this and this. Because I think that intention should matter because even if I say the wrong words, if I don't mean harm, I mean love. Why isn't that more important than which words I used?
Right.
So for me, that's a thing that I have.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand that completely.
Yeah, and Regina just asking that if you were a CBT therapist for the fans of Tuckbox Rage, where would you start? Just a side question, but hey.
Don't buy tuck boxes.
Oh my
Don't buy a
God,
duck in a tuck box. But
the blasphemy.
if I would like just grab a few like that I have over here, like they're all tuck boxes. But I haven't not had tuck box rage yet. Maybe I just am still new to tarot, and that'll come as
I
a thing.
mean, I only had a little one with the Deviant Moon because I'm like, this is gonna, fall apart
Oh,
and I'm gonna lose my box.
okay, so that's funny you should say that because as soon as I said that, I'm like, there was one, and it was the Deviant Moon tuck box, and it actually ripped to the point where there was cards falling out of my shelf into my
Oh,
area where I type, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose one, and
oh yeah, I know.
so that's the only
Oh.
experience I've really had was with that one. But it's funny you should say the Deviant Moon because that's the one that got me.
Yeah, I mean, I have a few. I was just thinking about it. I have a few top boxes, but that's hands down the worst. And I don't know why. I mean, I really like the deck, but I think I'm working higher in the circus pocket.
Robin,
Yeah, I
I
kind
love
of.
that,
I
Robin.
mean, we're all clowns here. So yeah, I love the Deviant Moon. That was one of the decks that at first I was like, I don't like the artwork when I saw it, and then
Hmm.
I'm gonna blame Simon for this because he was like, oh, but if you buy it and you're gonna change your mind, and I was like, I don't want it. Should I get it? And then I got it, and I was like, oh, this is a great deck.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
same
hate
thing
the
here.
cardstock. It's so slippery. It just flies
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, they do.
And I hate
Yeah,
the card box, and I just don't know. And it's too big. I mean, for my hand, it's just a tad too big, and I can't
right.
modify it because certain cards are borderless or whatever. So I'm like, please
Hmm.
remake this in a nicer cardstock or something because yeah, I love that deck.
So going off of that, is it okay? So I've told Orshi that I haven't. I told you so, but
Oh yeah,
it's for her to do that. To actually say to me, I told you so. So
stupid.
I was on
Is
a
it the
live and
Mermaid Tarot?
oh crap, Orshi! I
I
hate
knew
it when
it.
people spoil surprises. So
I'm sorry, but
we were on a live, and I haven't told her. She just guessed that right
no,
now. So
no,
we
but
were
you didn't
on.
need to. That was my aha. It's gonna be the Mermaid Tarot.
So we were on a live, and where she was in the chat, and they were doing questions, and or I don't know if it was your question, but somebody had a question.
No,
What deck
someone else.
would you never purchase? And I said probably the Mermaid Tarot, because it just don't, but who knows? I have a unicorn oracle that I never thought I'd have, but I don't think, I've already got the Star Spinner. It's kind of mermaidish, so I think I'm good. And or she kept saying in the chat, you're gonna, don't say never, you never know,
And I spam Scott everywhere.
boom.
I mentioned it in Richard's live. I mentioned it on Facebook because I was like, watch my walkthrough. You're going to fall in love with this.
And I love it. I absolutely love it.
know,
Such
I'm so happy.
bright colors, which everybody knows for me.
And it's so much more
probably
than just the mermaid deck.
Oh, it is. It is just, it's awesome. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So I'm
This
still
makes me
getting to
happy.
know it. It's one of my favorites, and it's all your fault. But yes, huge book with beautiful like color illustrations of the whole. Oh my gosh, yeah, I just love it. And I swore I'd never get it. So, Orshi, go ahead.
I told you so.
I know you told me so.
This is a happy moment, and I'm only happy not because I want to just gloat, but I know that that's a really good deck,
You
and
do
I'm
want to
just
gloat
happy
too.
that you're gonna. No, I'm happy you're gonna be able to use it. So.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's for really
because
cool
really it's more than just a mermaid deck. It has so many. I mean, my first walkthrough is 55 minutes long because I was like, this is in the card, and this is it. And then I had my 6 months in, and that was just like, and I'm gonna pre-order the Cirque the Tarot, which is gonna be from the same creator. So, and she,
that's awesome. Yeah, Lisa Robertson.
Yeah, she and Anna Mollers, who illustrated the Oak, Ash, and Thorn, are making a cat tarot together. And I was talking about it in a live as well. Yay. And it looks so beautiful because the cats are the kind of cats that I grew up with, these everyday, just no name, no brand cats. So
it's like
it's already up on Book Depository for a pre-order, by the way. So if anyone wants a good cat deck.
Yeah, I'm already interested.
I'm gonna send you the link later then. Or if you win the giveaway, you can get that deck because I think that's in the price range. So I mean, you can be. I mean, who knows? Okay, I don't know where I lost. Okay, I'm gonna change the question and then go back to the comments. So let's just. I mean, we kind of cover this, what do we like about this community, but I think it's, if you have any additional thoughts about it while I scroll through the comments, please.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I've already said is just the no judgment or very little judgment. So I really appreciate that, like that. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a little switch here because I did not know my battery was about to go down. I'm going to have to plug it up. I will let you...
Should I?
I'll let you do the. No, you're fine. Just I'm going to let you. No, you don't have to go out. I do have to. So I don't go away. Can you hear me now?
We can, but it's not that good. But we're gonna deal with that.
Let me turn this up.
I mean, you need to charge it so we have the internet. I mean, I think it's okay.
Okay, let me know in the chat if that's okay too. If you guys can still hear me, because I had to take my headphones off because there's only one plug-in for the power and for the headphones, so I have to take the headphones off.
I mean, I can still hear Scott, but I'm gonna just quickly check the comments. So, yes.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody can hear me still. It's not quite.
I mean, I can hear you. I think we're good.
Let's see.
And I'm almost caught up with the. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't see anybody.
And I'm killing.
Okay, I can hear you. Yeah, I was. I was worried about the hear you. We can hear you. Okay. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks, Sasha. Whoever else there.
Oh, that's very good. What Tony said. We all communicate differently, just like the meanings of the cards, all different to each of us. I mean, yeah, we have the basic understanding of the card, but we read differently, and that's a very good analogy.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be very boring if we were all the same, wouldn't it?
I know.
I wouldn't want a bunch of me's running around. I wouldn't want a community of me's. That's not, no. I love that we're all different. I love that you kind of, and I might be wrong. There might be others, but you kind of represent Eastern Europe, and I think that's wonderful. That we have someone from Eastern Europe in the community, and all the Australians, and of course the UK and US, and
Yeah.
that makes it that made it more appealing to me, just to see that there were
Yeah.
all kinds of different places, different people from different places coming together.
Yeah. I mean, you're freezing a bit, but hopefully it's just because you're charging the phone.
Oh, I am?
Oh, it's okay for now. Just and Regina said that, and perception is so impacted by how we are feeling in any given moment, and that is so true because, if you already feel down and you feel like, then you're gonna perceive everyone like, oh, he didn't like me, they were like, but as a good thing about this community, I wanted to just highlight how welcoming everyone in chat, especially people like Jackie, who I can always see that she goes out of her way to greet every new person who comes in a chat. She always says hi to them, and I think that can really
she was
change
one of the first persons
a lot.
that reached out to me, during Tarot Bond, and her and Nancy, and I mean there were several others, but some not very special ways of just making people feel welcome when they're new, and I think that's really important. I try to do that too, not always, because sometimes you get caught up in the chat, and that's just what I'm saying. You get caught up with the people and then all of a sudden somebody jumps in, and you're like, oh, I got to answer this question from somebody else that I kind of know. So it's remembering, that you have new people coming in all the time.
Yeah, I mean, Simon said that the Divian Moon is matte. Mine is not. I have the borderless, and it's slippery and glossy. I mean, it's semi-glossy or
glossy, yeah.
Or I mean, it's not the usual glossy finish, but it's slippery.
Yeah, mine is very slippery too. They like jump everywhere. Yeah.
I mean, I really want anyone who has the bordered version. It's the Italian version that can be still purchased through Patrick Valence's website, and I don't know. I couldn't find a walkthrough of that because I want someone who has both to do a comparison with the cardstock, because I would buy that bordered version if it's better than this, because there's supposed to be an Italian version that is better, but it's just so slippery.
So
I mean, it's perfect light.
Oops, the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're I love them. But
I do.
Maybe we got fake ones, Lori.
Could be.
Maybe these are fake, but this is the one.
Oh, I mean, I hope not.
Box reach. I mean, like it's just falling apart.
I'm gonna give you. Look, I'm gonna just show off that,
Oh, okay, yeah. Just it's a mess. It's falling out
it's horrible.
Just, here, and I had several tuck boxes, but this was the one that really. And they're slippery. See, one just flew out as I was doing that. They're slippery, and it's almost like they're laminated. Maybe I'm not great at saying what the cardstock is of cards, but I know this is not matte. So
yeah, I mean,
we got the fake one, and I keep it in a bag because
no, it's not. I mean, mine came from Book Depository, and I never got a fake one, and there's no QR code, anything on it, so I don't think it's fake. Hi, Debbie.
Right.
I miss Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie.
Next question. Okay, I'm sorry. Next question. What do you think should be changed in this community? And it doesn't have to be, that something is wrong and it should be changed, but just something that you think that should or could be changed.
That's a good question. That's the one's like, when you tell me you're going to ask that. I think I'm really not sure I have an answer for that. It would be close to nothing because everyone is going to be different, like I said, and There's going to be misunderstandings, and I think almost everyone in this community is very understanding of each other, and I think there's a whole lot, less judgment that happens in other communities. Of course, we're going to all have, those challenges that we can become, less judgmental, and that includes me, of certain people, and it's just that's part of life, though. That doesn't matter if you're in this community or another. I think all the communities that I've been in, including like a gay online chat community in the early 2000s, this is the most respectful, it's the most non-judgmental, and it's most inclusive, community that I've ever been a part of. So the goods so much outweigh the bads that I would never even think of going and changing to another community, because I don't think there can be a better one. And I'm not saying that to be, lick your ass.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing that I'm saying that because that is really my experience. So that is why I'm here. That's why I stuck around. And that's why I hope I'm with this community for a very long time, and that everyone else is too, because it's wonderful. But that's just me. Yeah.
Oh, I think you have if you can you check, not now, but at some point when you have time, that if it's the Italian version or not? Because I ran into, forums, I searched for it, if there's a better option, and there's supposed to be an Italian version, and mine is made in China, and that's the slippery one, because other people were complaining about it.
I just had it here. I was going to look and see what mine was here, but it disappeared. It got mad at me and ran away because I was making fun of the box.
I mean, the US version, US Games was printed in China. Not sure where Patrick has his.
US Games, yeah, is mine as well.
Is it China?
I'm seeing that might be part that was ripped off.
I mean, I know that mine is not fake, because I found lots of threads where people were like, "Oh, it's so slippery," so it wasn't just me.
Yeah, it is US Games. Mine was made in Italy.
Oh, really? So there's no difference then?
That's what it says.
Oh. Well, I don't have to buy the deck from Patrick Rollins' website now. But that's good.
Yeah, and in fact, I don't know why I didn't, because I actually bought the huge book that goes with it that I just adore off of his website, and I should have just got the card. I don't know why I didn't, but I should have got the cards off of his website. Maybe I would have got the mat. And I'm probably going to do that.
I mean, it's not as glossy as... I don't have a glossy deck, obviously, right now, because that would make things easier. It's not a low Scarbio Oracle deck, glossy, but...
Right.
If for some reason it's still just slippery. So that's my only, problem with it, that when I shuffle, if I manage to mishandle it, it's going to go everywhere. So...
Right. Yeah. Yeah, those cards fly out of that box too. Yeah.
Yeah, and the only thing that I would like to change is not even this community necessarily, and by this I mean the tarot tube, is to have that option where you can add your life to, just one site where you can add all the lives, and then they are, appear in order, and that, oh, I want to watch that, I want to watch that, because I set all the reminders, but then I have no idea when it's coming up, and I don't have time to, go back and check if I have something. Suddenly it's on, and I'm like, oh, but I'm not able to watch it. So it would be cool. I was thinking about maybe I don't know if, Google Calendar allows a public calendar where you can, add your events to it.
Right.
Because that would be cool to have a place where people can... I mean, your Facebook group is pretty much starting to do that, which I really appreciate, that, anybody can post their lives there, so I can see. So if you guys, are not part of his Facebook group, it's not a typical, hey, let's talk about my channel kind of Facebook group. It's more like, hey, let's gather around and collect our lives and stuff like that. So that's a really good thing.
Yeah, that's why I kind of did the events section. I found that by mistake. I'm like, oh, so I invited everybody to, put their lives in there. And I've even done a few for people who didn't know how to put them in there, but they put them in the post, and that way you can kind of see where the lives are, because I don't like missing them. It's not that I'm worried about intruding on someone's time, by doing my own. I just want to see them because I don't think there's enough. There's not enough during the day now. So
that's
I'd love to see more.
Yeah, and sometimes I already go to bed. I settle in. I'm like, let's read, and then I'm gonna miss this live because I didn't know that it was on.
Right.
Because the notification comes up when I'm already out for the day. So okay, so and we have the last question.
Okay.
What do you guys think? I mean, it's a very broad question, I know, but we talked about what we get out of being this, being part of this community. But I was kind of curious, what do you guys think, that even if you don't post videos, because that's an easy question for me, and I'm gonna start now because why not? I think that for people who like longer walkthroughs and who like listening to someone else's opinion about cards, because I love watching that. I do that too, because I do what I enjoy watching, if that makes any sense.
Me too, yeah.
So, I hope that those, and my flip throughs especially, because those are short. If you just want to see the cards, you can go there, you can check them. Hopefully they are, good enough quality that you can actually see the cards. That's kind of my contribution in a way, that I'm hoping that it's useful. Plus my Monday morning well-being readings, which I'm very happy about. And those are the ones that I'm very happy that more and more people are watching it, because I started doing that, I don't even know when, with the intention to have something that you can work with for a week that would help you with your mental health, your well-being. And those are not, those kind of, let's predict what's going to happen, but it's more like, hey, this is the card, what we can do to work with that type of readings. Right. And those are my favorites, and I'm really hoping that those help, because what I love about tarot is that you can use it to make you understand yourself better and just help your mental health, because humanity as a whole needs more tarot readings, or I don't even know, therapy. And even though tarot cards are not equal to therapy, but a lot of people don't have access, or they don't know what they should go to therapy for. So these small things might be helpful. So that was mine.
Yeah, I totally get that. And the first thing I thought of when I saw that question is, how can you help the community? Just be yourself, I guess. Just be yourself, because do what you want to do on your channel, kind of like what Simon was saying. And, do what you want when you want, and learn. I think if we learn from each other, that helps us, because it helps us understand each other more. And I know I've learned so much from just you guys that I didn't even think about, before I was in the Tarot Tube community. So I don't know, that might be a cheesy answer, but that's what
cheesy is good.
That's what comes out, for that.
Yeah, and Asha said that maybe one should make a Facebook group where everyone can post their live feeds, and this is why you should join Scott. We don't need a new one. Scott already doing that, and I don't have the link for it, but I'm sure that someone is going to link to the Facebook group. And you have over 100 members now, I think.
Yeah, and Asha, you can always post in mine.
That's what I mean.
Live feeds, and just go to events or send me a message, and we'll figure it out. And we'll figure how to to make it easy for you to post yours in there. So I have no problem. In fact, that's the main reason I wanted to do that group, is because there's so many groups out there. But I wanted to, so we could go and see when each other's lives are. And if you're part of my group, please do post, because that's what that's what I want to.
The only reason,
focus on there.
I just wanted to say that the only reason why I didn't post this live was because we were not sure that Scott is going to be well enough, and I didn't want to be like, hey, come join the live, and then 5 minutes later, we had to postpone it, so come join me alone. So that's, but I posted my earlier ones there, and it just and yeah, I just wanted to mention that you don't have to comment, even though that helps. Oh, we have a beautiful sunset, I'm sorry. But it helps every channel. But I don't just talk about me, I talk about everybody, that commenting and using thumbs up, it helps, because you don't know if anybody is actually watching it, because you can see the view count, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that people actually liked what you're doing. But if you give a like, and leave, you don't even have to leave a comment, even though that's something that creators will see, because you don't get a notification about people liking your video, not really.
Right.
But you get a notification if someone leaves a comment. So don't ever think that just because someone has a big channel that they don't appreciate you commenting, because
Right.
it's always nice to see that people find value in things. So yeah, I think it's just nice. So yeah, if you can do that, obviously if you're binge watching things, then you can't. It's understandable, but okay. But Regina left.
Regina.
Yes. Okay. And I would just want to see if we missed anything, because there's a lot of people here now, so I'm not used to having this many comments.
Another thing I was going to say, I don't know if Simon's still here, but one thing that he did on his channel that I kind of copied. Sorry, Simon. And Simon doesn't like compliments, so if you're here, plug your ears. But plug your ears, because he does a wonderful thing when he does like a channel shout out to the new channels, and I'm like, I want to do that too. So, and I believe I've done Asha's and a couple others, that really, touched me, that, my audience, might not know about, or Simon's audience, that Simon did that for me. And, my count went way up, which, is neither here nor there, but it just means I was able to reach more people because of the generosity of somebody else. Simon, you can unplug your ears now. All right, so that's that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just wanted to say to Beth that it matters. I honestly I get so happy when someone just says that, hey, it was a nice whatever, or if they have answered the question that I was blabbering about in that script, because I know that those are long, so I understand, but
right. And I know I appreciate like every comment that I get. Like over the last week, if you commented on my videos, I haven't been as good about getting back, just because I've not been feeling good for almost over a week, but getting better. But yeah, so I will be. Whoa.
I mean, you were so good until now, so
there goes the camera. Okay. But yeah, but I'll be looking over those, and every comment is definitely appreciated.
Okay, you should be a moderator now.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Orshi.
No, I was interrupting you, sorry. I was just,
you're fine.
Jackie offered to be a moderator, and I wanted to make Jackie a moderator sooner, but I couldn't find her anywhere when I was trying to, Oh, yeah, so we're gonna, let's do the giveaway.
Yes, yay.
Before we run out of time. So I kind of did this wheel. There were 7 people entering, and it was really hard not to mention it, because more people commented on the live stream that than who said or used the word dragon, because that was the secret word for the giveaway. And it was very hard not to be like, hey, have you watched the whole thing? Because I was like, I didn't want to give away, and I was like,
right,
if they did it and they don't want to participate, I don't want to be like, you have to. But I kind of like the 7. I think that's a really good number. So I made this really pretty. Hopefully it's visible. Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, it is.
So, I think we're aware of that hashtag because we're all doing that. So yeah, so thank you so much for everyone who entered. And like I said in the last one, but just a quick reminder, it's gonna be from Book Depository. So you have to send me your the link for the deck or book or whatever the site has for or for $30. It can be multiple items, doesn't matter. Just add things up, and it should be around $30. And then your actual physical address, so I can make the order, because this is the easiest for me to just place an order and send it to a different address, because Amazon has, all the custom stuff. It's just too much. But with Book Depository, it should be, an hopefully easy giveaway. But we will see that. But okay, so let's click and see who wins.
Oh, wow.
I know, isn't it PDT?
Oh, thanks, Jax. Yes, Jax.
It's not okay. It's Jax.
Yay!
I didn't see Jax here today. It was almost you.
We'll have to let her know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna message her on Facebook, because, and we're gonna do. Hopefully, we're gonna be continuing with our tarot adventure on this week Thursday, but we were too busy. Both of us were too busy last week, so we couldn't do that. But yay! Congratulations, Jack! You're gonna get a new deck. I'm assuming.
So fun. I love going to your tarot story. Your tarot.
Oh, I'm so happy.
So it's just a really nice refresher, and it's fun. It's like we have fun in there, don't we?
Oh yeah,
More
we
people
do.
need to check that out.
Yeah, and I'm kind of thinking about switching to what is it called, game master, or someone who is in charge of directing people. I never played Dungeons and Dragons because it wasn't a thing when I was growing up, but
yeah, I didn't.
You have, yeah. I mean, and no one would play it here, with me. So, but yeah, I think Jax. So I'm gonna let them know. I think that was fun. I completely thought that you did that on purpose.
Yeah, that could be a whole different type of drag there, Robin. Nothing wrong with either.
Yeah. Oops, I meant to say this. Yeah. Yeah, Michelle. I'm sorry. I'm just, I have notes.
Yeah, I do too. I have a whole big book full.
Because I'm horrible with names. I'm just horrible with names. I mean, I will remember the face of someone that I met, that, oh, I met you, but I will don't remember the names. And it's always like, hi. So I appreciate everyone who has their name in their, YouTube username. That's why I added mine into it too, because I don't remember names. So if some, like Diane has it at the end, and I'm like, Diane, it was easy to learn because I saw it every time. Okay, so we all caught up with questions, with chat. So we have about 15 minutes if you are still up for it, because I don't know how is your throat. So anything you would like to talk about? Anything coming up more than the 80s tarot on your channel?
Yeah, I don't know. Since we did at the beginning, I'll just be an attention whore again. So.
Before you start, wait. I just wanted to mention that Scott did a live with Corbin from what's their channel name?
Tail Raven.
I added it in the description, the link to the live, because they talked about LGBTQ plus people and the community as well, and that was very good, interesting and informative live. So if you can, if you have time, go and watch that. And I'm gonna put you solo.
Oh, okay. So I'm just so excited. So I had this pre-ordered, and I took about 2.5 months to get here. Oh my gosh, it was worth it. If you do not have this deck, I'm doing a walkthrough. Not an unboxing, because I could not wait. So we have the That's So 80s Tarot and That's So 80s Oracle. So I'm going to be doing a live. I thought it'd be awesome just to do a live walkthrough for both of them, because I know a lot of people are interested. You may have even seen it before, or I may have had it, but I know there's a lot of people asking. They was wondering if there was an 80s deck out there. I found it, and it's very nostalgic. It's just beautiful. I'll give you a little sneak peek. Care Bears. Okay, so what more do you want? There you go. So that'll be tomorrow at 4, unless there's a scheduling conflict. So thank you, Orsi.
Of course. And, because you can't show your deck because that would be spoilers, I don't know if you can see, but this is the 80s tarot that I have.
And now I want that one too.
Yeah. So it has Care Bears too. Look at that.
Yeah.
They are on the cups. And it's full of references. I don't know. I'm assuming because I never watched it.
Yeah, Golden Girls.
But look at that, Bob Ross.
Oh yeah. That's
so
funny.
Oops, I'm losing cards everywhere. So I just kind of wanted to show, like, the Chariot is the car from Back to the Future.
Oh yeah, the DeLorean.
So there are really cool stuff in this deck. I mean, I don't know half of it, but the other half that I know, because I was growing up in the 90s, but because we were behind the Iron Curtain for a while, and
right.
Russia and all that stuff, things got later to Hungary. So a lot of 80s stuff got into Hungary in the 90s. So I still know a lot of them, which is kind of cool. That we had them too. I mean, half of it was like, what is this? I never had that.
Right. Yeah. There
I mean,
I was like, I didn't have that. But
yeah.
Most everything, and it's TV shows, it's cartoons, it's movies, it's just all kinds of different stuff that they incorporated. They did such a great job. And I'm when I go through it, I make sure I say who the creator is, because she has her own Etsy shop, and she's just so delightful and gave me all kinds of goodies. I have jelly bracelets now. I have like a Pop Rocks thing that she did put in. Just to be nice.
Ooh. We hear. Oh, that's the one that pops in your. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, like
I used to spend all my pocket money on it.
Yeah.
I think it's just so much fun. And I have today. My nephew is 9 months old today, which is like ancient.
Oh.
And I can't wait to have all of these things and just show him.
Right. Yeah.
So, but Robin wants to make an announcement. So, because you're part of the community, you can do whatever you want.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna see, because there was the link for the live, and yeah, you should watch it. I think that was interesting. And I wanted to this because he just subscribed to your channel.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you, Diane.
I'm
just slow.
I get her and Hope mixed up, and I'm not going to do that anymore. But I think it's Beth.
Yeah, damn. Oh, sorry, I just have something here. I kind of don't remember. I mean, I won this deck at a giveaway, and there's no box or anything. And this is the guidebook. It's just cards.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think I posted a walkthrough of the deck, and if you look that up, you can see the name, because I think I even linked the shop on Etsy, I think, where you can get it, or at least I mentioned the correct name in the title, I think. I hope so. But yeah, I have a flip and a walkthrough, so you can check it there. Okay, so let's see. Robin. I mean, he said he wants to make an announcement and then disappeared.
Yeah, I don't see him over here either.
Is he, using his invisibility cloak? Because then I'm gonna be jealous.
Let's see. All I see is, am I allowed to make an announcement?
He's drinking. You're drinking the. What are you drinking? The Gatorade, or?
Yeah, orange Gatorade.
The orange, not the blue, not the Smurf.
No, the orange is my favorite. So
Smurf's
I'll go blue
juice.
if they're out of orange. Toadstool Tarot has a question. Yeah, we saw, but I don't. Oh, did we say hi to Kim? I don't think we did. Hi, Kim. You might have
sorry.
missed it. Hi, Kim.
I'm
Yes,
sorry if I missed anybody.
Susie.
Nope, didn't see. If
I put
anybody
it.
from the moderators can check it, because I don't see no caps.
He said he put it in all caps. It didn't show. I didn't see it either, Robin.
I mean,
Go ahead and
I
put it
see
again.
this one in all caps, and then I
Why
don't
do
see
you see?
anything. Is it a secret one? Maybe you StreamYard, your YouTube thinks that you're shouting too
Hi,
much.
Simon.
Where's the announcement?
No, we're waiting for the announcement.
Yeah, but Diane doesn't see it either, so. Oh, bye, Simon. Sorry, I was missing anybody. I didn't mean to. Okay. Oh yes, Robin is looking for people who would, who has the Tarot for All Ages deck. I don't have it, unfortunately, though I saw it and it looks really cool. And he's doing a study group on. Oh yes, he's doing a study group. So if anybody would like to join, he's going to post a link on Dotsu Facebook page, and it's got to, so you can find it.
Yeah, it's really neat. Like I thought it was going to be a kids deck. It's not. It's got lots of intuition and intuitive hits that you can take from it. So I'm really excited that he's the reason that Robin made me do this. And then I think me and Robin both made Nancy and Jackie and a couple more. But it's very cheap and it ships very fast, at least in the United States.
Yeah, I mean, I checked and it's the usual price for me, so I'm like, I can't.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there's just, there's an Arthurian Tarot study group going on as well, and I don't have that deck. But I checked, and even though it's available on Book Depository, it's like, I can't buy all the deck because I have to, be mindful. So I can't. The hard life of not being able to buy all the tarot decks in the world.
Yeah, I think if you did buy all of them, by the time that all of them came to you, there would be 100 new ones out.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I was thinking about if anybody anywhere keeps tracks of all the indie and all the mass produced, and do we know a number how many tarot decks have been released? Because I would be so interested in that number, but I don't know if you can even count them, because not all of them has an ISBN number. They are not all produced in a country that has a database that you can use. So I don't know how you can even gather the data, though I'm not tech savvy, so maybe that is just an easy thing.
And I just wanted to add, maybe it's the same one you put up there. Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
That you're welcome.
Oh, so we can join without the deck, then I'm going to check as well.
And he says we'll be looking at the cards and giving impressions. So yeah. So,
oh, cool. So and
join without a deck.
Yeah, have you seen Robin's video where he played the Majors game with word association? He has a video up.
No, I'll have to look at that.
Anybody can be so kind and link the video. Robin has a really cool video where he just, he basically came up with a game to play that you have to invent an action word for each of the majors, and and then compare after it. And I played that game and it was fun, and I was just curious if anybody else saw it, because finding one word for each card, I think that could be very useful for people who are still not learning necessarily, but just want to simplify studying or using tarot.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, yeah, she just said that I think in the group, in the study group. So I was thinking that my nephew, but I need to find something that can be used even if someone doesn't speak English, because a lot of decks are for English-speaking kids, and I'm like,
right.
He doesn't even speak Hungarian yet, so.
Oh, and Diane I did the Majors game, and she gave a link to it as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's what I mean, I think it was so much fun. And I didn't cheat. I mean, I told it in the comments that I didn't cheat, but I just want to say that because we had a few we picked the same words for a few cards, but not for everything. So
Right.
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, it's true. I mean, I often pop in Maria's study group and can't shut up and just chime in, even though I don't have the deck. But different study groups work differently because some heavily relies on having the physical things. So I wasn't sure. I mean, you can try, but I don't think so. Okay, so I think we have 5 minutes, but Gerald's live is starting and we need a little time to catch our breath. I want to say thank everyone who joined today. There was a lot of you here. I'm really sorry if I missed out a comment on. I didn't say hi to someone, but it was not intentional. The chat can be crazy, seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so happy that Scott is finally here. We've been planning this live since I've kind of started this Monday thing, so these bi-weekly catch-ups, but we just couldn't find the time. So I'm just so
we've
happy.
been this for a long time, so I wasn't gonna miss it, even if I had laryngitis, which I'm not far from. But there's no way.
Yeah, but I told you that even if if you couldn't do it today, we would have done a Sunday special or something, because obviously your health is more important than being alive.
So I appreciate that. This has been awesome. So you're a great host.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here and talk to people. I really enjoy that. That's a fun part of being this community,
Yep, me too. I agree.
Okay, so who's doing that? I kind of missed that. But yeah, let's catch up with the comments, and I'm gonna end. And really, thank you so much for everyone who were here. See you in the next one. Bye.